Hello everybody, my name is Kevin Luna, and I know it's like been a while for me since I do YouTube videos. It's just that I had to I had to go over to my cousin's house, so to stay over at their house for me to enjoy my Christmas day with them. And we had to stay up late because we wanted to open Christmas presents right now with my family and my grandparents. And I know it today that it's almost Happy New Year's, so I want to say Happy New Year's to everyone, in the entire world. And I want to say Happy New Year's to my friends, which which I go to school with them. So I want to say Happy New Year's to all my friends. So today's video is just that I'm gonna tell you why The Rise of Skywalker is a complete cinematic failure. It's just that I did watch it. I didn't have time to make a YouTube channel for me to explain what I think about it. And I already seen it, and my thoughts about it, it was not that good. It was terrible. Terrible. The reason why it's a complete cinematic failure and why it's terrible is because that it was badly rushed, and that when I first saw it, it's just that the opening scene, I love the opening scene. It was perfect, and when it showed up that Kylo Ren was attacking these people, whoever they are. He was going for this strange artifact, that a map to tell him where Emperor Palpatine was. And when he arrived there, I saw the whole dark place and all that, and that he said that you killed Snoke. That's what the Emperor said. And then the Emperor said that I made Snoke. And I was like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Until then, it shows up all the tanks, of the body of Snoke. And I was like, what the heck is this all about? Like, when did Palpatine has the power to create Snoke? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, in Star Wars The Last Jedi, the director, Rian Johnson, Snoke, he was supposed to be, the ultimate villain. The ultimate villain of the Star Wars franchise. But until then, Rian Johnson thinks that, let's just kill off Snoke anyway. And then Snoke's dead, and J.J. Abrams was planning out to make another Star Wars movie, and he was like, who's going to be the ultimate villain? And Rian Johnson's like, I have no idea. Until then, J.J. Abrams like, you know what, let's forget it. Let's just bring Emperor Palpatine back into the Star Wars movie. And until then, we see, the only thing I'm upset about Emperor Palpatine is that I do love Palpatine, but it's just that the only thing I'm upset about him is that he didn't explain how he survived from the fall of the second Death Star from Star Wars The Return of the Jedi. And he doesn't explain how he survived. But we see him showing his fingers, that his fingers was all messed up. Because he was messed up when Darth Vader threw him into the generator or something like that in the Death Star. And until then, J.J. Abrams messed up the hyperdrive, like the hyperspace. Like you need to be, the directors, if you want to make the Star Wars movie, you had to be careful, doing the hyperdrive for Star Wars. And since Rian Johnson made Holdo to sacrifice herself and to activate the hyperdrive, and ran into the big Star Destroyer, which destroys all of the rest of the Star Destroyers. And I was like, really? Really? The hyperdrive doesn't go that fast. Like, in the video game, there's this character, I haven't seen the video game, but the character activates the hyperdrive, and it takes a minute, and another minute, and another minute to get to his location of the planet. Until then, boom, he made it to his location of the planet. And I was like, the hyperdrive doesn't go that fast. Focus! Can you make a better Star Wars movie? I'm sorry, I'm trying to speak more clearly so you guys could hear me and understand me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's just that I'm so upset. About Star Wars. And anyways, is that in the new movie, Poe was trying to avoid the First Order of the TIE Fighters. Until then, he had an idea. Until then, he activated the hyperdrive. Until then, he deactivated and made it to the planet, and the TIE Fighters are still following him. And he did it again and again and again. He was trying to avoid it. Again, the hyperdrive doesn't go that fast. It goes slow. Like, a bit slow, but it goes a little bit faster, but not that fast. Not way too fast. And that is the another part why it's not that good. Until then, I'm sorry. This is it. I'm trying to remember what happened in The Rise of Skywalker, or what else had happened. And I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, in that word, Rey and Finn, Poe, C-3PO, and R2, they made it to this planet of the desert. I forgot what it's called. Not Jakku, not Tatooine. I forgot what it's called. And they were heading straight to this party with all these strange creatures and strange children and all that. And I was like, why is Lando Calrissian hanging out with all these strange creatures? Like, why is he hanging out with them? Is he like Luke Skywalker? Like, he doesn't want to return to the Resistance? And, I was clearly mind blow off. And, that I saw this part where Rey was trying to bring the First Order stormtroopers transport on the ground so she could rescue Chewbacca, and that and Kylo Ren tried to stop her. Until then, I saw. I'm sorry, my excuses. I'm sorry, and that she used her Force lightning by mistake, and it exploded the transport, and I was like, what the heck? When did Rey have the power of the Force lightning? It doesn't count. And it doesn't add up. Until then, I was so scared that Chewie died, and I was like, please, Chewie, don't die. Don't die. Until then, Chewie was alive, and I was like, thank God, thank Heaven Lord God that Chewie is alive. He's alive right now. And that Kylo Ren talks to Rey, and then he said that, and I was like wanting to know, why does she have the Force lightning? Until then, Kylo Ren said that you're Palpatine's granddaughter, and you're a Palpatine. And I was like, what? When did Palpatine have a son and started to have a granddaughter? It doesn't add up. It doesn't, there's none of the books explain that Palpatine had a son, and till then he will have a granddaughter. None of the books said that. It doesn't add up. Like, J.J. Abrams think that The Rise of Skywalker is perfect. Absolutely perfect. No, it's not. J.J. Abrams is starting to act up like Rian Johnson. And what else? I'm trying to remember. What else? Oh yeah, and that's Hi, Diallo.
What are you doing?
I'm making my YouTube video.
Oh.
It's okay that you're not disturbing. You're fine. You're okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, guys. That's my aunt Dia. Hello. I like to call her Dia. Take your time, Diallo.
I'm going over here.
Oh, okay. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Okay, another part. And that in The Last Jedi, I know I'm talking about The Rise of Skywalker, but I want to make a quick explanation about The Last Jedi, the 2017 film. And that's the Star Wars The Last Jedi was trying to make fun of Avengers, of Marvels. And I was like, really? Star Wars? Please stop making fun of Marvels, and please respect Marvel, please. I beg you, please stop making fun of Marvels. Like, all of us people, we love Marvels. Like, we love Avengers. Like, we love Thor, we love Hulk, we love Iron Man, we love Spider-Man. We love all the characters that Stan Lee have made for us. And Star Wars: The Last Jedi starting to act up like Marvels. Until then, The Rise of Skywalker, in Avengers Endgame, that's where Thanos had a whole bunch of army of his team to defeat the Avengers. Until then, Captain America was all alone. Until then, Black Panther showed up, and Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man and all of the team of the Avengers showed up. Until then, in The Rise of Skywalker, there were a whole bunch of Star Destroyers, and I was like, since there's a whole bunch of Star Destroyers, this looks like the part for Thanos to have a whole bunch of army. Until then, when Poe starting to let down for his team. Until then, when Lando show up, he said, "There are more of us, Poe. There are more of us." Until then, when Poe go to investigate, and there are a whole bunch of galaxy ships around, and that's where Captain America has a whole bunch of team of the Avengers. And I was like, again, they're starting to be like Marvels. And I was like, please stop being Marvel. Star Wars is not connected to Marvels. They haven't met each other. So please, directors, if you want to make a Star Wars movie, you better not make a Star Wars movie that is like Marvels. So please, think what you're gonna go with. Like, think of something like where these characters are going to go, and where they're going to when they're going to begin, and where they're going to go, and when will they end up. So that is the point of Star Wars. Like, Star Wars is supposed to talk about lives and all that, about the war, and how the Force is, and how life and hope is. That's how Star Wars is. Until then, in The Last Jedi, Luke Skywalker, in The Last Jedi of Luke Skywalker, that was not Luke Skywalker right there. And Mark Hamill knows that character was not Luke Skywalker. And he tried to tell everybody until Disney told him to shut his freaking mouth. And I feel bad for Mark Hamill. I do love Mark Hamill, but it's just that in the old movies of Star Wars, Luke Skywalker was to represent hope. And remember the Star Wars movie A New Hope? That was referring to Luke. And Luke was supposed to represent hope. And he was supposed to have fun with his friends, and to have fun saying goodbye to his dad and also to Yoda. But until then, in The Last Jedi, he was like, "I'm an old man and everything sucks. And I don't care about the Force. I don't care about everybody." And I was like, Star Wars is dead now. Star Wars is breaking up right now. Sorry, I said Star Wars is breaking up right now, and Star Wars is dead. And then until then, when Palpatine attacks Rey with his Force lightning, and he said, "I am all the Sith." And that reminds me where Thanos said, "I am inevitable." And I was like, dark. And then Rey said, "Hola, abuela."
Hola, papa.
Me doing for YouTube. Recording for YouTube. No, it's okay. It's not abuela. Sorry, guys. That was my great grandma right there. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, guys. That was my great grandma right there. She doesn't speak English. She speaks Spanish a bit, which I do speak Spanish, but not that much. Okay, it is that where Rey said that that I am all the Jedi, and that's where Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, said I am Iron Man. And I was like, again, and again, they started to be Avengers as Marvel. And I was like, J.J. Abrams, you're a complete idiot. What are you doing? You need to stop making Star Wars to be like Marvel. So please, enough with this. Enough making Star Wars to be like Marvels. Until then, after the final battle, we see everybody hugging each other. Until then, when I saw this weirdest part ever, is where these two girls kissing each other. There were two girls kissing each other. And that's called lesbian right there. There were two girls kissing each other in Star Wars. And when I was in the movie theater, when I saw these two girls kissing each other, which is called lesbian, I was like this. Like, I feel like I was about to go to the restroom right now. I was like this. Excuse me. I had to go to the restroom right now. And when I go to the restroom, I was like this. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Why would they put that in the movie? Why? Why? Star Wars is breaking up right now. And then in the ending, that's where Rey goes to the place where Luke Skywalker was living, where Luke Skywalker lived, with the place where he was adopted after Anakin turned into the dark side. And then until then, she buried Luke and Leia's lightsaber under the desert. Until then, there was this strange lady right there, and she doesn't know who she is. And until then, she asks who she is, and she says, "I'm Rey." Until then, the old lady was like, "Rey who?" And then Rey said, "Rey Skywalker." And I was like, "Come on, are they serious right now? Like, Rey is not part of the Skywalker's family. She was born with a different family." Until then, I was like, okay, I guess she's adopted by the Skywalkers, and now she's part of the Skywalker's family because she's adopted. And I was like, give me a break. She's not part of the Skywalker's family. And I'm sorry, but I had to end this video right now. That is all I had to say. But that is why Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is a complete cinematic failure. And then I look up the video of the audience reaction, and I hear they're saying boo boo, and they say, "I freaking hate Star Wars." And I was like, yep, I agree too. But we'll still have the old movies, but we'll still have the rest of the Star Wars trilogies, like the old Star Wars movie. We'll still love those Star Wars movies, but the newer ones, not exactly. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and a Happy New Year's to all of you. Please subscribe to my channel and give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys soon. Happy New Year's, everyone.